Hello and welcome to this episode of the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price. On today's episode, we're looking ahead to the Open Championship as our special guest shares their thoughts and selections for one of golf's biggest events. We'll also be reviewing how our World Cup quarter-final bets performed, along with a look at which panel members have had the best bet and strike rates since the tournament began. To round off the show, the panel will be giving their World Cup semi-final betting selections, and of course, we'll be revealing the winner for our £100 World Cup lump job competition. So stay tuned to find out who's taking that prize home with them. As always, a massive thank you to everyone who's been tuning in and supporting the podcast. We've now reached over 100 YouTube subscribers, 330 followers on X, and almost 300 followers on Instagram, which really is incredible. So thank you for all your support. If you've been enjoying these episodes, we'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, like the video on YouTube, follow the podcast on Spotify, and connect with us across all of our social media accounts at The Lump Job Pod. It only takes a couple of seconds. It's completely free. And with every like, follow, and subscription, it really helps us grow the podcast even more and reach more fans. As always, all picks discussed on the podcast are for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered betting advice. Please gamble responsibly and only bet what you can afford to lose. Cheers.
You are now listening to the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price.
Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price. I'm your host, Connor, and we've got a cracking show lined up for you tonight. Joining me, as always, we have Fraser, Chrissy, Andy, and Corey. We've also got a familiar face back on the podcast. He's a proper golf man. He knows his stuff, and you'll recognise him from a previous episode. That is Jinky Riley. Jinky, mate, how you doing? It's good to have you back on.
I actually can't believe you let me back on after that performance at the US Open.
No, I think some of your bets were unlucky, mate. And plus, you know what it's like. No, every bet's going to land. It's your insight, and that's why you're on, mate. And you're a good friend of the lads on the pod, so always welcome on here, my man.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
To be fair, we've changed the rules. I've just not gave you a football pick after that USA Australia both teams to score.
I hope Sam burns his teen off at 4 a.m.
I was going to be my fucking shout, by the way.
Well, let's just quickly touch on that before we ask the rest of the panel how their weekend was. Obviously, in the last episode for the US Open, Jinky, you tipped Burns to be first round leader. Is that right?
I gave us a kind of good go for maybe 12 holes and kind of fell away. And then I also almost won the tournament, the full thing. So I was kind of shitting myself in case he won the full thing and I've only tipped it would be first round leader. So, but no, it's just the way it is. It's US Open. It's obviously a tough kind of tournament to predict, but
am I right in saying that the fog delayed the tee times?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I think he maybe went out about 2.5 to 3 hours later than he should have. So,
and I think that was the start, wasn't it? The earlier that he teed off, the better it was. So unlucky with that one. I had it on myself and I was keeping an eye on it, and like you say, he started strong. I thought we were on to a winner there. I was, but we will come to the golf picks shortly for the Open Championship, which kicks off this coming week on the 16th of July. But before we get to that, let's do a wee whip round the panel and ask how their weekend was. Lads, how's your weekend?
Quiet, lad. I was working all weekend.
Easy for you, mate.
Quiet one for me. Went to the pub for a couple of drinks last night to watch the England game. In the house for 12:30, fresh as a daisy this morning. Can't beat that.
Oh, did you leave at 12? I was wondering when you
No, I
went.
left at 12:30, aye.
Wish I did.
Seen you were off. a wee bit
French
well on.
exit.
I couldn't catch up, so I thought, you know what, I'm doing a French exit as you would do. I just
What about yourself, Connor?
Relatively quiet, mate.
How was your
done some-
barbecue?
It was good. Done that on Friday. That was a spur of the moment thing because the weather was nice. And then Saturday, get the garden sorted and that, mate. Nothing crazy. A few beers at night. Obviously watched the England game. I did plan to stay up for the Argentina game. I think I was texting you, Andy, and I was texting Chrissy on the chat for the first half, but the second half I KO'd. And then I planned to get a coffee and watch the Paddy the Baddy fight and Conor McGregor fight, but I KO'd again, so I missed all the UFC.
Missed all of 30 seconds or something.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'm glad I never fucking stayed up for it.
I missed it. Did McGregor obviously get an absolute do?
No, it lasted 30 seconds. I bet he
Injured
kicked him.
himself.
His knee went.
Aye.
Fuck's sake.
He went to kick the guy and fucking nearly ripped his leg in half. Done his knee by the looks of it. And then Paddy the Baddies fight, that was over in 50 seconds, I think. Get the guy in a serious, don't know what the technical term is, but it looks like a reverse headlock to me.
Chokehold's the official term, I think.
Is it?
Aye.
Got him in a
Reverse
chokehold.
headlock,
A good old
class.
chokehold.
Got him in a
He played it-
chokehold. and fucking-
He said exactly what he was going to do as well. He was in an interview before it, and he says this guy just tries to tackle him down or something. So as soon as he does that, I'm just going to choke him out. And that's exactly what happened. Fair play.
It was a good price as well. I was going to double him up with Argentina to win, and I never, thankfully. But I was 11-10 when I looked at it.
All right.
But that was no long before the fight. Did they not? I think he put the guy out cold. Did they know?
Aye, he was not. He was KO'd. Aye.
Aye. Wow. Oh well. Short and sweet on both the McGregor and Paddy the Baddy fights.
I had a nice wee day out at the Scottish Open actually yesterday, which was good.
Classmate, how was that?
I was good. Very kindly got invited by DP World Tour, which was great. So it was just a full day getting pissed, to be honest with you, watching the golf. And then there was a fog delay as well for about 3 or 4 hours. So I didn't even see much golf. We basically just stayed at the hospitality at that 15th green watching the par 3 game. It was class.
What was the beers there at the hospitality? What did they run?
You had that Mal, Spanish one, Stella. What else was there? Wasn't actually that great. It was just everything else was great. The Scran was unbelievable. I think I had about 20 wee mini steak pies, macaroni pies. Brilliant.
I am a massive fan of that Mal.
It's good, mate.
I can't get enough of it now. So good. Aye. Unbelievable.
And then Kira will hate me for saying this, but she gets shat on yesterday, so she's going to bring me breakfast for this podcast.
By a human?
Shite like it in my life.
By a human.
Human or an animal? Just to clarify, was it a bird? Aye.
It wasn't a guy. It was a bird.
And how was the travel home, mate? Did you get back all right?
About 3 taxis, 2 trains, and fucking helicopter to get back from there. But I was good. Get here about 1:30, I think, and I both KO'd to try and watch that Argentina game, but I was shattered.
Lost. Fair play, mate. Fair play. All right. Sounds like a good weekend all round from the panel. Just before we go into the golf and some of Jinky's insights to who he fancies for this championship, just a mention of Wimbledon, because I've mentioned before we like to stay accountable in this pod, and if we do ever tip a bet, we'll always review it to some degree. Corey, before Wimbledon, you had picked Berrettini, mate. Obviously, he went out, and I had picked Taylor Fritz, who was knocked out by Zverev in the quarterfinals. 3-0, 3 straight sets, which I don't think anyone seen coming, but it was well deserved for Zverev. And then, literally, just as we hit record here, the final was just concluded, and Sinner has just beat Zverev in the final. So, well deserved to Sinner watching that game. Some game, to be honest, that's probably one of the closest finals I've seen anyway. Corey, you've probably seen closer ones, knowing how much tennis you watch, mate. But for me, it was some game.
The very final game of the match was amazing. Sinner done amazing. He didn't even have any nerves. It was just unbelievable runs after being, I think he was 30-15 down. Then there was a couple of brilliant points. But in our defence as well, we done the picks before the draw was out because of the timings of the World Cup. So maybe next year will be better.
And to be honest, they were value picks. Yours was 40-1, mine was 20-1. See, to be honest, it makes me feel better knowing that, see, after seeing how good Sinner is, even if Fritz managed to beat Zverev, which Fritz did have a bit of a knee injury when he played him in the quarters, but I don't think, even if he had never had that injury, I think Zverev would have still beat him. But if he sneaked past him, and then he would still have to get past Arthur Ferry, and then if he played Sinner, there's no chance he's beating Sinner.
Sinner was 8-11 before the tournament started, so there was no value whatsoever.
So Andy, you might end up there if you keep your Saturday nights up at the paddle.
Get the pod to sponsor you, Corey, mate. Once you progress through the David Lloyd's leagues.
We've got a wee game tomorrow, I mean, Corey. Somebody. Looking forward to it.
Aye.
Been a week.
Right, well, that is the tennis. So moving on, because I know we've got a lot to go through in this podcast. Moving on to the golf, because I know a lot of our listeners, like ourselves, we like a bit in the football. However, we also like to keep an eye on the golf. It's always interesting to see the different angles you can take there, different picks. You've obviously got hundreds of names to pick from for these big tourneys, and it's always good to try and find a bit of value in who you think's worth it or on form. So without further ado, I will let you take it from here, Jinky Boy, with who you fancy for the Open Championship kicking off this week, mate.
Sounds good. So I know Corey's obviously a big fan of this guy, and he's backed him quite a lot in recent tournaments, but I'm going Chris Gotterup. It's probably my first pick. Obviously won the Scottish Open last year. He's just finished, I think, just outside the top 10 today as well. So he is good on the links. And then to go and finish third in the Open last year at Royal Portrush was pretty special as well, because he's obviously only just started to play links golf in maybe the last couple of years. So you can get him for 25-1, and the top 8 is what I'm going to go for. He's obviously won quite a few tournaments already this year. In fact, he's actually won 3 times. Actually, he won the John Deere as well a couple of weeks ago as well. So good form, really good form obviously this week as well, going into next weekend. So yeah, I would back Chris Gotterup at 25-1.
Tasty. I might have to jump in that.
His only weakness maybe is his kind of driving accuracy. I know I think he's about 125th, 130th in driving accuracy, but I think I was looking at some of the clips with some of the players playing at Birkdale this week in their practice rounds. It looks like rock solid. The weather's going to be really, really, really good down there. I think it's going to be fast and firm. So I don't know if you maybe need to take the driver out a lot. So even if you can keep it and play with his iron play with Gotterup, I think driving maybe won't come into it. So I definitely do fancy Gotterup.
Lovely. And what bookmakers was that you seen the 25?
I've kind of kept it consistent, just doing it with 365 across the board here. I know you can definitely, obviously, maybe if you want to maybe odds check, there's a few you can maybe get them at 28s. But I've just kind of kept it consistent with top 8 on 365.
Okay, lovely, mate. And sorry, remind me of the course for.
So yeah, obviously playing at Royal Birkdale, so it's kind of down in Southport, close to Liverpool area. Last time it was hosted was 2017 when Spieth won it. And I think McIlroy was probably the last person. He was top 10, McIlroy, last time it was there. So there's not many guys that are maybe played it before in a kind of championship setting. Maybe only your kind of Fleetwoods, Fitzpatrick, a few others, but other guys at the top of the game, they'll probably be the first time they'll be playing it. So.
Nice one. Tasty. Fraser, you get a bit of that, mate? Fancy that?
I've went with Ludwig Eberg. I've not really got much to back up, to be honest, other than I think he's going to get a major at some point soon. I'm surprised he's not won already with how good he is. He must be well out of form, to be honest, but because his odds are almost double than what I've ever seen him at a major tournament. He's priced at 28-1. I had a wee look at his form, and surprisingly, his major tournaments are not too bad. He was tied 21st at the Masters, tied 4th in the PGA, and tied 17th in the US Open a few weeks ago. So it's definitely not his best form, but it's nowhere near the worst either. So I'm going to have a wee play on him at 28-1.
Nice one. He is one of those players where you do it. He's almost like a Fleetwood and maybe even Garcia before. You just think they're always going to get a major in them, surely. Obviously, Garcia finally got it, and Fleetwood's still waiting on that one. But yeah, I think Ludwig's definitely got a major in him pretty soon.
Going back to what you said, Jinky, with people not playing the course, I actually thought Koepka might be a good bet because he was 6th in 2017.
Ah, nice.
He's 55-1. I know he's not done that well at the majors recently, but he's playing more consistently now in the PGA Tour, etc. And was over this week in Scotland, so I thought he was a bet at bigger odds each way.
Right.
55-1 with Coral, Brooks Koepka.
Nice one, mate. Can't argue with that. 55-1,
and he's got the course experience.
Love it. So yeah, my second pick is Morikawa. He's obviously won the Open before at Royal St George's in 2021. And I think just obviously last week there, he is first in strokes gained approach in the PGA Tour. So it's definitely going to be a golf course where you need to kind of keep it close to the pin. You need to be, obviously he's one of probably the best ball strikers on tour. His iron play is probably one of the best in the world as well. So Morikawa is always interested for me. He's also, I mean, he's kind of went flew under the radar a wee bit just with his back issues, but he just keeps finishing kind of top 20s, top 10s. He's had a good year in the majors as well. So Morikawa is 28-1 as well, the same as Gotterup, top 8 finish.
See that, mate.
Technical
links course.
Morikawa had a 61 last Sunday, back pain for 3 days, and then he shot 61 and nearly caught. Was it the Scheffler and Hovland tournament? It was some round. He's in form.
Ridiculous. So I mean, obviously, it's crazy when we come at the Open, everyone always. I mean, you see Fitzpatrick and Fleetwood are really low odds, probably the lowest I've ever seen them. But I mean, the last person from the UK to win the Open was McIlroy in 2014 at Hoylake at Royal Liverpool. So there's been I think 4 of the last 5 have been Americans, and Schauffele, Scheffler, Harman. They obviously had Cam Smith, Australian. So yeah, I mean, there's been so many Americans have won it recently, 4 out of the last 5. So I've kind of stuck with that with Morikawa and Gotterup with my picks.
Nice one, mate. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, just obviously Lowry's Irish. He won in 2019 at Port Rush, but the Americans have kind of came over and dominated, you know.
I rate it.
Rate it, lad. Any final angles that have caught your eye, Jinky, mate?
Yeah, I always like to do a wee kind of outsider, and I've kind of obviously Hovland's Norwegian. He's coming up. But I've also got another Norwegian in Chris Rettan, and his links form has been fantastic. So he played in the Dunhill last year, which is the golf over the old course, Carnoustie and Kings Barnes over the weekend in October. He was tied 5th there, so that's just links golf all the way through. And I had a good performance there. Then he played in the Nexo Championship, which was around Trump Aberdeen last year, and he was tied 3rd there. And then last year at the Scottish Open, he was tied 13th. So there's 3 links golf courses last year where he's finished tied 5th, tied 3rd, and tied 13th. So he obviously shows really good form in links golf courses. He's obviously won the Truist this year as well, so he's already won on the PGA Tour. He's just missed a cut there at the Scottish Open, but I'm pretty sure he could probably bounce back. And you can get him at 80-1 in a top 8 finish.
Wow.
Yeah. So
sorry, what did you say? I've never heard. What's his first name? Is it Chris Wrighton?
Yeah, Christopher Wrighton.
He's just come on the scene this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, kind of came fly. Yeah, I mean, to have those finishes last year in the PGA Tour was pretty impressive.
He did well last year on the DP World Tour. He was brilliant. And then
I think the only reason
up in America.
I think I'm just saying this year on the PGA, sorry, innit?
He did a great year last year as well.
Fair enough.
And then my last one is I quite like the first round leader pick last time. I've still not seen a betting website doing the market yet, but I do like a wee first round leader, and I'm going to go Tommy Fleetwood. So obviously Fleetwood's kind of from that area, kind of Liverpool, Birkdale area, and he was the first round leader in 2023 when it was at Royal Liverpool. He shot 6 under that day, so I'm just going to go for it again. Kind of his home Open, hopefully flies out the traps. He was kind of 6 under over the weekend at Renaissance, so he was 2 under and 4 under in his last 2 rounds, so good wee bit of form over the weekend there. So yeah, Fleetwood, I think, good chance of being first round leader.
I like that.
Aye, I do like that. And obviously the bookies are still pricing it up as we speak. So keep your eye out for Fleetwood to lead the first round of the Open. I do like that angle. It's exciting. I think I said it on the last episode, but it's good to back a few to win, but then have that as a wee extra bet for the first round. Keeps the juices flowing.
Especially for people that are a wee bit impatient, waiting for the 4 days, just get your money on something first round. So hopefully Fleetwood can do it.
Brilliant, mate. Jinky, thank you very much for that insight, mate. Really
No
appreciate it. Some tasty picks on there. I really fancy that long shot one. So that, and keep my eye out for Fleetwood first round leader is something that I'll be looking out for. Okay, moving on now to the previous LJs from episode 7. We've had a bit of a fucking shocker, to say the least. There was 6 LJs given on the pod, and obviously only one landed, and that was given by the host himself. So he's got me to thank for keeping the pod afloat, lads. But let's quickly review them, right? So we'll start off with Corey Corners. Corey boy, you tipped Spain over 5.5 corners versus Belgium. How did that go on, mate?
I was one out. There was exactly 5. I think there was none till the 38th minute, and then there was 5 in quick succession. Then I don't know how the last 30 minutes there wasn't a corner. There was about 10 times they were right in the box, and they would take the pass back the way instead of driving in. I was watching it in the bowling club, so I never seen all of it minute by minute, but every time I looked up it was incredibly frustrating. I actually still can't believe it.
I was watching it with him. His face was distraught. Anytime Jamal would take it by and no.
Jamal kept going back the way instead of driving in the box, and you get a corner straight away. I don't know what happened.
Can we discuss how long Nola Sol and Poppy Foxy have earned Corey to pick shite after shite every week?
Let's discuss it then.
Well, I'm going to put it out there then. I'll just start by saying his time's ran out now, to be honest. He's had 2 out of 6 LJs. It's a Fitba podcast.
It's because I'm not picking individual games. It's these corner markets because there's a lack of games.
I'm pretty sure you says to his boys, we need to go in this corner market, man.
I said it with conviction. That's it, man.
He whacked out a 4-fold for us.
Right, we need to start. Oh, how did the 4-fold get on? Did any
the
of them
first 2 never came in anyway?
Man.
That was given by one of the listeners, and I've passed it off. He knows who he is.
He might end up on the winners enclosure panel next after getting chucked out this pod.
I think we might need to turn Corey into the horses special guest and just remove him for the long job panel.
Get me on once a year.
Few guest appearances next year.
Cheltenham and Ascot.
Boys, we need to go in this corner market. There's some value in it.
Poppy Fox is taking a corner.
I'm just getting on to check the other ones, but I don't think any of them landed.
Well,
I don't think it did.
And I mean, I think you were a bit unlucky, Corey.
That was the unlucky
30 minutes waiting on a corner. However, that does not take away from the fact that you are 2 successful LJs out of the 6 given across the LG episodes.
My bread and butter's the Scottish leagues. No these overpaid billions. So once the League 2's back, I'll be ready to go.
Right, fair enough. Speaking of 2 out of 6, we'll move on to Chrissy, who's also 2 lump jobs out of 6 for the World Cup. And his LJ on the last episode was Argentina over 4.5 shots on target, and Argentina to qualify versus Switzerland at 65. What's your thoughts, Chrissy, my man?
Well, Argentina, I think they scored with their first shot, so it kind of went a bit pear-shaped there, but they did go extra time the way we did predict it, but they didn't need to take any risk because they scored straight away. So it was shite.
Aye.
As soon as Mexico went out the tournament, I knew you were in trouble.
I know, mate.
We Jimenez Turner, man.
When's that league back?
Mate, it's too many double permutations. I've been saying it.
I must admit, I actually quite fancied Chrissy's, but I will mention his shocking fucking form, to be honest. Yeah.
I'll just come back when we're doing the Euros, right, to pick a quarter-final bet.
See you in 4 years, Chrissy boy.
Your quarter-final bet saved you a wee bit of time. That was more recent, so you've got more time than Corey. Corey Nola Sol was fucking about 4 weeks ago, mate. You better be picking a winning LG this episode, lad.
Even a good one. Shot and confidence.
I love how many people were on that quarter-final bet. I swear my social media was just full of it.
Aye, there was a load of people, tens of people put on, mate.
Dinky, we're bringing him down the now. We're not
Aye.
But everything else, Chris, has been absolutely shite, so fucking get us.
A lot of random people on Twitter had it as well, the quarter-final bet. Brilliant.
So, aye. 2 out of 6, so you're not... So you're...
What's Fraser on? Because he's off allowed. Is he on 6 out of 6?
One ahead of you, lad.
One ahead of you, mate. So
unbelievable here.
Since we're on the leaderboard, you get myself at the top with 5 out of 6.
That's unreal.
Steve is 3 out of 5. He's given less LGs than the rest is, but his percentage is higher because 3 have landed, and then Fraz and Andy are on 3 out of 6 each.
We're on the boundary against slaughtered user right in the midst of it.
Yeah, Steve was unlucky, only be 4 out of 5, by the way. Marino,
well,
right,
he's fucking not, alright.
And aye, so Chris, are we finished with Chrissy? Are we still partnering into him?
Aye, move on.
All right. Name me a double permutation bets, Chrissy. Fucking to win and fucking X, Y, and Z. Just get it done. Single bets, fella. Right. Moving on to...
You're in luck this week.
Moving on to Steve. He's not here, but he's still a FUD because his bet didn't land. Spain versus Belgium, both halves no at 21-20. Give him a wee bit of credit. That goal did come in the 88th minute.
No credit due. I was the only one that called out in the pod, so I've got every right to power it. It was a shocking pick.
Glass Fraser. I mean, I know it's... I wasn't over. I think the only person that backed it was Corey, Mr. fucking 2 out of 6.
Aye, he was loving it, by the way.
Corey was like, it's a great bet. Still think it's a good bet, Corey? Yeah.
Aye, it was a good value bet. Close enough.
Right, and then just quickly, Fraz, Norway versus England, both teams to score over 2.5.
Absolute shite.
Haaland done me there, boys. Haaland done me. Push that boy Anderson, or it would have been a goal and that would have been in.
Be honest for the pod, were you celebrating when the goal got chopped off?
No comment.
That's what you get.
Fraser has got English blood running through his veins for any of the listeners that don't know. And then lastly, our second last, we've got Andy. Andy, mate, similar bet to Chrissy. Argentina to qualify, but you had Messi, the guy that scored in the last 9 games, to get on the score sheet.
Aye. They scored 3 goals last night and he didn't score anything. What's your chances
Did you see Shaw them past the post just before the end of the 90 minutes?
No, mate, I fell asleep.
It was his right foot, and honestly, it was about an inch away.
Aye.
Outside the box.
Andy, it would have been class if he scored in extra time because you actually called it that because you've got Argentina to qualify, that it carries on to extra time for him to get on the score sheet. But they get 2 and he wasn't one of them.
Aye, I never seen the game. I seen the first half, but it was pretty boring, I thought, the game. I wasn't
I can't really slag this pick either because I fancied it. But I will bring to light the fact he was slaughtering Evans picks, thinking it was easy, and now he's picked one and still can't do it. Value punter says it's easy to get an Evans pick and then still can't pick one. So, still good enough, is it?
Fraser, you're
Baz,
all guns
I
blazing.
wrote this out today.
I can't wait till next week.
Andy's level with me for forming.
The thing is,
I know.
nobody's gave him it back for the fucking England and Norway game, didn't they?
It was very unlucky, but
We've moved on for that.
I'm biding my time.
We'll wait
I'm
for
biding
him.
my time. Then.
Need to wait till I've got a winner before I can give him it.
Oh, so it's only me can give him it then, I guess.
Aye, on you go.
Your pick was pish, Fraser. No, Sorloth should have squared that to Haaland as well. What the fuck was he
Oh, that
thinking
was
about?
so bad.
Wasn't it? Really bad.
Alan dragged him to the quarterfinals and he would even pass him.
I know. Fucking
Mental.
ridiculous.
I thought at the time he took an extra touch. I think the ball kind of, I don't know if I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I felt the gap was getting closed.
I know what you mean with the defender running across.
See the way the
Aye, I
defender
thought
when I
so.
stopped, he was in two minds. He was going to drag it by the defender.
But you should be passing it earlier, I think.
Aye,
Keyed up and you see Haaland, like I'm giving this to Haaland, but
As soon as he takes that extra touch, the chance is gone. But
a better player's looking up and he's already making that pass.
yeah, straight away, right at the start, he plays the ball.
Odegaard's ping to into him was amazing. So he did all the time in the world.
Boys, we've moved on from my selection. All the stats pointed towards it. It didn't happen.
You English prick.
And then lastly is my pick. I kind of described it to a T. I says it'd be nothing each at half time, with more goals scored in the second half. Was a bit fortunate with Mbappe taking about 10 minutes to hit the pen, no thanks to the ref. But I still think France would have got 2 in the second half, so I still would have fancied that bet to land anyway. But
The way.
Aye, it was an absolute belter. I'll be honest, when you first posted it, I didn't really fancy it. Like, credit where credit's due. It's a cracking pick. That's a couple of niche markets you've went with, and it's both come in it.
Aye, mate. Actually, the 6 bets that I've picked have all been different bets, so I do like to shop about.
Respect, Griggsy boy.
Thank you, mate. Just to clarify for the listeners, that's for the France versus Morocco game, the second half, to have the most goals in it, at 11-10, which started us off strongly. We also had it on a fucking 6-fold or whatever it is, but all you other donkeys fucked it right up. So
I thought the corner one was going to come straight in behind it as well.
I know I had that in a double.
Then
mate.
that'd have been 7 of the last 8 bets landed, and then it just went Pete Tong the other way very quick.
I had that in a double, mate. But
It just shows how hard this kind of World Cup. See, the closer we're getting to the end of it, how hard it is to actually pick a winning bet. To be honest,
I know what you mean, mate.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm more than others, obviously.
Aye, I got a wee double in last night. Come on.
Well done tipping in the pod, mate.
What was your double, Andy?
Bellingham to score and Big Ayer to get booked.
Lovely.
That was the only yellow card of the game, the 117th minute.
To be fair, it was one of the ones I was sitting in the pub and it just came to my head to put it on.
He loves a slide tackle, Big Ayer, doesn't he?
It's not even that. He just loses the plot, mate.
He shouted in the ref's face.
He done that a couple of times when he was up here as well. So that's where I thought he was going to get his booking. He's so aggressive.
No.
Aye, you're right.
Nah, you're right. That pattern, man. Jesus.
Right. That's the previous round reviewed. We will now move on to the semi-final bets. Just before we get on to them, I will say that these bets are pretty straightforward. Just to call out for the listeners, there's no exotic markets getting called out here. They're pretty straightforward. However, we collectively do think that the price is just a bit big for them. I don't know, for maybe just a bit early to the market. So if you're listening to these and you fancy them, just get on them quick because the price is moving. But with that being said, for the World Cup final, we are going to change it up a wee bit with it being only the one game. We're going to provide some different markets for you. We're going to do bet builders, long shots, lump jobs, correct scores, all that stuff. We're going to have a bit of fun with it, like we plan to do since the start of the World Cup. Obviously, the real bread and butter is when the Scottish Leagues start. For anybody that's not been with us since episode 1. The whole purpose of this pod is to focus on Scottish football and the betting angles from a Scottish footballing perspective. Okay.
How do we get knocked out in the groups?
I know, that's a fucking shame. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, Chrissy boy. Right, moving on to the semi-final bets. First, I have got Mr. 2 out of 6, Corey Corners. Take it away, my man.
I think it's about to be 2 out of 7. My lump job is going to be Mbappe, first goal scorer. It's 41, and it's mainly for their reasons. I think that's the highest price I've ever seen for him to be first goal scorer, and it's actually come in 5 of the 6 games already at the World Cup. So I was surprised to see it at this price. And that's all there is. Extra time again, like Andy said with Messi, you've still got that as well. If it's 0-0, which it could be a tight game, he was obviously going to play the 120 minutes, and it is coming in every game bar the one. Dembele get the hat trick.
I agree with you. I like it, to be honest.
It's just I thought he'd be 52, to be honest. So when I seen 41, I was a bit shocked, and I went, "That'll need to be my nap."
Aye, definitely a big price.
You'll need to get that 41. I'll need to get doubled up, man.
It's getting doubled up with my wee puppy right here.
Well, I've also doubled up, but I don't want to get in the way. So let's not speak about the doubles just yet. But I agree. For Mbappe, first goal scorer, you're betting on value there, 41, and there's a high chance it doesn't come in, but 41's a tasty price. You're taking that all day, every day. So no challenge from myself.
Worth the gamble.
It's overpriced for sure, but I'm the king of value soup.
All right. Any other thoughts on that, or can we move on?
No.
You's always like mine, and they're always wrong.
Aye, but
just think
it's not a guarantee, but we're saying it's decent value.
It's definitely overpriced.
The value bets that never land.
Classic.
I
But
think
it was
it should
41.
You should be taking half the penalties. I think because he's a player he should be taking his sell off him. Do you know what I think?
Oh, good point.
It's his choice.
It's the host saying it.
Or his manager should step in and go, right, mate, you've missed a penalty, you're coming after.
Aye, but there's a difference. That's fucking one pen. Messi's missed fucking half of the World Cup pens, you hot dog.
You're a big one.
I'm going to kick you for this soon.
Blocked.
Right. So that is Mbappe, first goal scorer, 41 and bet 365 from Corey in the France versus Spain semi-final. Thank you, Corey Corners. Moving on to Chrissy boy, who is also 2 out of 6, looking to redeem himself. Chrissy, mate, what's your bet or your lump job for the semis?
It is England versus Argentina. Just both teams to score.
Hey!
Easy as that, simple.
19
to 20 on Bet365. It's the same price everywhere, but just went to Bet365 for this one. So both teams to score has landed in 4 out of 6 games for England and 4 out of 6 games for Argentina. That's including all 3 of the knockout games for each team. England have scored in 5 out of 6 games, while Argentina have scored in all 3 games. So it's easy as that. That's why I'm picking both teams to score for the LJ. I do also think it will be close, and it might go to a draw on both teams to score, which is 3-1 on William Hill's the best I've seen. I've done that as a wee side bet because England and Norway was 1 each. A close game that went extra time. Argentina went extra time again twice against Switzerland and Cape Verde, and if they never scored a 90-second winner, they would have went extra time against Egypt. So I'm expecting it to be a close game as well. But the draw and both teams to score is 3-1, so 1 each or something, 2 each. But the LJ is just both teams to score, to be clear.
I like it, mate. I like it.
Aye, I do like it. I've already paired this up with my pick. Spoiler alert. As a double. But I can't argue it. both teams to score. There's always goals in England game. We've seen it against Norway, seen it in Argentina games. And I like the fact that you've just kept it simple, my man. Both teams to score and that's it. So, but
Good enough odds.
interesting angle as well, mate. But as a goal scoring draw at 3-1, don't mind that as well. It's an interesting angle, mate. Like you says, it could have
It happened in England, Norway, and it happened in Argentina, Switzerland. So the last game. So I think it'll be tight again.
Aye, good point. Good point. Dale, seen any other interesting angles in the Argentina-England game?
Not really, but I think you might get a lot of yellows for a wee change.
Think so?
Aye.
They hate each other, didn't they?
Argentina to beat England on penalties is 8-1. I think that's a good shout.
8-1.
If it's going to go the full distance, I think Argentina will beat them in penalties. But I think they're better at penalties than I think they're.
Is that right?
Aye, Messi.
Mum punter bet that, innit?
You get Messi. That Messi.
Penalty taker, Messi missing them.
Aye, you're picking Martinez over Pickford all day, but there's a lot of permutations to get there.
I don't agree with that one.
If it goes to extra time, I think the crowd will be extra cautious. So I think it'll go the full way.
I know what you mean.
See, watching England last night, they were actually shiting themselves. Like, see, near the end of the game, they were pinned in nearly. They were absolutely terrible.
It happened against Mexico as well, even though they did have the red card. They were just sat it in.
Just sitting in, man, just absorbing the pressure, which is fair enough. But
the worrying thing is that's the type of team that wins the World Cup. They just keep grinding it out and just keep going and going.
Yeah, no,
good standing up.
All right. That is Chrissy's pick. England and Argentina, both teams to score at 19-20. Moving on to Andy's pick. Andy, mate.
Again, mine isn't going to be simple, is it? So I'm going to go for France v Spain, both teams to score. I'm going to go for France to qualify, and that's 74 and Bet365. I'm also just going to read out the stats for the start of the competition. So you've got France in the 6 games they've played, they've scored 15 goals and conceded 2. You've also got Spain, who have scored 10 and conceded 1, which again, you'd be thinking, because they've only conceded 2 and 1 goals, their attacking threat is far better than both the teams' defences, personally. So I think like you've got Dembele, Elise, you've got Doué, and also Mbappe. So I would that strike force is better than any team or any attacking line in the competition. So I'd say that France are definitely going to score. And also with Yamal, the boy can just turn it on at any point. So I would also say that Spain have definitely got a goal in them as well. Also in the last 2 meetings with each other in the games, there's been 12 goals across the 2 games. So I think there is going to be both teams to score in the game. And I also think that France are just too powerful for them overall. So I think that's why I'm going to say France to qualify and both teams to score. Also, the France just to win and both teams to score is 72 as well. So I would say that's a not bad bet also. But to be extra safe, I would say France just to qualify and both teams to score in 90 minutes.
I'm getting deja vu of the Argentina-Austria game, the way you described it. Everything sounded like both teams to score. No.
No, I think he was talking about solid defences. No, I
I
was pushed myself after.
Both attacking lines are going to over.
I know what you meant. It was like the Argentina-Austria game all over again. Yeah, it's funny.
I actually quite fancy it and all, but I was just laughing.
I know.
Yamal on the right hand side, he can just flick a switch and turn it on. So Spain are always going to have a goal in them, and it's the same with France. Their attacking line is the best probably in the competition. So,
I like your stat about the last 2 games head to head.
The last 2 games has been 5-4 to Spain and 2-1 to Spain. So again, I think France are more powerful now. That was in 2024 and 2025, the games.
What was the score in the semi in 2024?
24 was 2-1. And the one in 25 was 5-4. That was a final, I think, wasn't it? Was that a final for the Nations League?
The Nations League or something.
France's last game against Morocco, against a solid side, they put 2 past Morocco, and obviously they never scored. So I think Spain have got obviously a better attack in them, and
That's
if
what I'm
goes
thinking.
if it goes like that last game, then I fancy Spain to sneak one near the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Morocco didn't even give it a go.
Yeah.
So I quite like it.
See Spain as well, they pass the ball to death, so that could kill France a wee bit. See, just that keeping the possession, it could maybe take out France a wee bit just by keeping the ball. Because it's always the other way about, where France are always attacking.
That doesn't help your bet.
What?
That doesn't help your bet either.
But what I'm saying is they've got a better chance of scoring than the other teams that they've played. Do you know what I mean? Going forward. So
I personally don't fancy the both teams to score, just personally, which kind of brings me on to my bet. I'll kind of give you feedback. I'll explain my bet and kind of why I don't fancy yours. So it makes sense that I've got France just to win 13-10. I don't see Spain getting on the score sheet. They might, but obviously with just France to win at 13-10, it doesn't matter if they go on the score sheet. As long as France win, you're still winning this bet. But Spain for me have struggled to score the full tournament.
yeah, definitely.
So that they have struggled a bit, and see that game against Portugal. I keep going, but that's the worst game I've ever seen in my life. They're just so boring to watch. And I know you mentioned at the previous games that Spain have beat them the last 2 meetings, but for me, Spain are a totally different team this tournament in the sense that they're much more boring. They're not as fiery going forward. And they have actually got hundreds of stats here that you've already read out, mate. So I'm not going to bore the listeners by going back over them. But a few things that stick out to me is I'm always happy to back a team that have got an elite striker that's on form, and obviously France have got the best striker in the world now, apart from Harry Kane, because everybody knows I'm a Harry Kane fan. But on form, Mbappe is the best in the tournament, leading the top goal scorers ahead of, well, he's level with Messi, but he actually got one more assist than Messi. So I'm always happy to back France there. A few other stats for yous. Actually, all teams in the semi-finals have got an attacker in the top 4 of the top goal scorers, apart from Spain, who have got Orzabal, who scored fucking 3 goals or something, maybe 4. I just don't fancy Spain scoring here. I think France will be too strong. And for me, France, I've actually seen every team now in the tournament. France are the only team that I've watched where I've never seen a period of the game where they've struggled. They've always been control start to finish. They've always looked like scoring. There's been plenty of games I've seen Spain and I'm thinking they're not even scoring here. They were lucky they scraped by Belgium, scored in the 88th minute, scraped by Portugal, getting on the score sheet. I think that was like the fucking 91st minute or something. They'll need to rely on Moreno again.
He's 41 anytime, which I thought was cracking.
That's
the bet if you're going with Spain.
Are they going to start him now? Surely they are.
He's an impact player.
He's a super sub. But they're missing Williams. That's why they're not the same as the Euros. They're missing Williams and the boy Baena's not the same when he's coming in.
Even Williams has been pish. Is that what you mean? Williams is out of form?
He's been injured. He's not been fully fit at any point. He's not started a game.
He came on against
last
Belgium.
night.
I'm saying he's not started a game. He's not fit. So they've no the threat on the 2 wings and that left side. It's not working.
That's massive.
There's no balance, is there?
No, but if you do think Spain's going to score, I would go for Marino anytime.
The thing is, you need to remember, you already mentioned it, Andy. We're talking about Spain's defence, and they've only conceded 1 goal in the tournament. Exactly. France have conceded 2.
Aye, 2.
One more than Spain, and Spain are fucking hopeless going forward, in my opinion.
See, the thing is, but you're not in the semi-final of the World Cup if you're shite, so you've got to give them a bit of. Do you know what I mean? So they're obviously going to have a go. They're not just going to sit.
I just think they're good enough.
I think they're still the second best team in this, in what I've seen.
Aye, this is the final before the final, eh?
I wouldn't go that far, but it's definitely stronger, and they've got a day's extra rest. But I think France are the best team, and then Spain, to be honest with you.
But hopefully, Andy, the bet works for both of us, mate. Hopefully it does go
That would be
2-1. Just a side note, and I need to rush us on a wee bit because we've still got Fraser's pick, and then we need to reveal the winner of our lump job competition, which if they will be dying to hear. But just a side note, a wee side bet that I've got at 92 is France v Spain half-time result, a draw, full-time result, France. And that's coming in, like I say, at 92. In both of Spain and France's last 2 knockout games, it's been a draw at half-time. I think I mentioned the France side in the previous episode. And it seems like France's perfect strategy is they control the first half, happy for it to be a draw, and then they really turn it on in the second half. Obviously, I've already mentioned that I don't think Spain offer too much of a threat going forward, so I can see it being nothing each at half-time, and then the game ending France to win 1 or 2-0, and that's 92. So I will be having a wee side bet on that, on top of my lump job, which is obviously France on the nose at 13-10.
I really like just France on the nose, to be honest. I think the price is good enough
That's fair.
to no need to add on goals like Andy has. Just my personal opinion.
Roger on that.
Okay, lads. Fraser, mate, I will get you to finish us off by giving us the final lump job of the semis. Then I'll quickly jump over to Jinky to see what bet is his favourite for the semis, and then we'll get over to the competition winner reveal. Fraser, mate, take it away.
So mine, I mean, you'd think it's an obvious pick, but I'm going with Bellingham, score or assist. It's not that obvious when you see the price. It's 21-10. I thought that was massive. I think the bookies have priced this wrong. I think the likes of Alvarez, Martinez, Rashford, Saka, and others who don't even start are all shorter odds than Bellingham, which I thought was just mad. They don't want a shorter price at all. So definitely think there's a bit of value there, and the price will drop, I think, the closer we get to kick-off. Bellingham's been an absolute machine throughout the full World Cup, but especially in the high-pressure knockout games, scoring 2 at the Fortress, the Azteca, where everything seemed to be in Mexico's favour, the heat, the altitude and the intensity. He then came up against Norway in the quarters, and the first goal was unbelievable. And then the second, he reacts quick for a tap-in rebound. So that's 4 in the last 2 games, 6 in total at the World Cup with 1 assist, I believe.
Nice, mate.
He's definitely on form.
I was going to say Bellingham's just a fucking different beast this tournament. Would you go as far as saying player of the tournament so far?
Right up there anyway, aye.
Messi.
What were you laughing at, Corey?
I would have Mbappe probably as a player.
Mbappe for me.
Aye.
Fraser, can you give us a wee rendition of that Bellingham song you like to the viewers?
Oh, we've got Bellingham. He's coming home, I'm telling him.
Fuck's sake, man. Def was cutting that bit.
Cut that
out. No, I like the value. The price is already diving on that, Fraser. It's now 74. It might even be shorter than that. It was 74 earlier before we came on the pod. Because I doubled it up. So I've got Mbappe first goal scorer. I'm taking your pick, Corey. Doubled up with Bellingham to score or assist. And that doubles 14-1. I go with it. So that was tasty.
Could we double that?
Aye. Any other thoughts on Fraser's pick of Bellingham goal or assist?
I would rather just have him as a goal.
Why?
Just cause.
He likes the big bets.
He's greedy. Far too greedy.
21-10, that's a crazy price for score assist.
Aye.
Well, I just think you're better having him as a goal.
74 he is new, but 21-10 was great value.
Aye.
Definitely.
And it does go to extra time if it is a draw, so...
He's only assisted twice in like 15 games or something like that. He scored about 8 or 9. So you'd be better just putting him on to score.
Him and Kane Cup amazing, I think, to be honest. He's only had one assist. So I think you're just having a wee bit more risk here took away, do you know what I mean, with the assist for Kane potentially.
Kane's doing a lot of runs for him.
He's arriving, see his run last night for the goal, the second goal. See to follow that in. That was unreal, by the way. Nobody like
Aye,
they're
mate.
following that
The
in.
goal's so good.
He's run for so deep, and he's finished that off exactly where the balls went.
It's the equaliser for me. See when the ball gets
Yeah.
pinged out to him for Gordon, and then his first touch, and then another touch, and then left foot in the bottom corner is frightening, man.
I think that's another point we need to touch on. By the way, that goal should have stood. I don't care what MD says. That's at that wire.
It's to be ruled out.
I never
100%.
realised at the time, but I did see the replay.
But
I thought, did they not check it? Check the technology?
The players are actually telling them what it's hit, and they never checked it.
Fuck's sake. Oh well.
And if they did check it and they still let it go, it just shows you.
Okay. All right. Well, that concludes the semi-final bet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to summarise them, get Jinky to pick his favourite, and then we will reveal the winner of our competition. So just to summarise, we have got Corey backing Mbappe, first goal scorer versus Spain at 4-1 on 365. Actually, I think all these bets are on 365, so I would not bother repeating myself. Chrissy, England versus Argentina, both teams to score at 19-20. Andy, France to qualify against Spain and both teams to score at 74. Fraser, you've got Bellingham to score or assist at 21-10, now 74, and I am backing just France to win at 13-10. Jinky, any of them take your fancy, mate?
Probably the easiest option and the lowest odds is Chrissy's. Both teams to score, England, Argentina. I just think it's going to be an open game and both defences can be got at. So I think that is a good bet. Definitely going to jump on it myself.
Right.
You can come on any time, Jinky.
They better fucking come
in. We do usually go around the panel and ask what the panel members are going to be doubling up what bet we what, but we are a bit pushed for time and I don't want this episode to be too long. So if the panel don't mind, I'm going to skip that bit and go straight into the competition. But the listeners know what the picks are. Just be aware that the panel members will be picking and choosing what they see fit as a double. I don't imagine any trebles, right? It'll probably mostly be doubles across the panel. But if those slips win, you'll definitely be seeing them on our socials. All right, lads, now for the big moment, and that is going to be drawing the winner of our £100 lump job competition. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully this works. Right, so I'm sharing this. I've got the names here. So there were 42 entries in the competition of the last episode to win a £100 lump job bet on the World Cup final placed by us, and the winner will let us know what bet they want in the final. Once the semis have been played, we'll place that, and if the bet lands, all the winnings go to the winner. So I'm going to shuffle these as proof of random selection. So just shuffle that a few times, and then we're going to hit the button.
Drum roll.
My face is as red as those options there.
Oh.
Is that Paddy?
Paddy
boy. Come on, lad.
Paddy and you. Congratulations to Patrice. Well done, mate. The Lump Job panel owe you a £100 bet on the World Cup final. So reach out to us and we will get it sorted. Obviously, we'll be reviewing your selection on the World Cup final episode, and we'll get that placed for you, mate. Hopefully, it's an interesting one, but it's your choice, mate. You can go for value or you can go for short odds to get the cash up to yourself. So well done to Paddy boy.
Congratulations, Paddy boy.
Well done,
Pat. Congrats to Paddy. Jinky, you were obviously on that wheel as well, mate. I meant to mention before I spun it that there's a risk. As I meant to say, there's a risk. I'm like, oh fuck, don't fucking land on him. But no, you're a fan of the show, mate, so you deserve definitely be on that wheel just as much as anyone else. Jinky, As always, mate, thank you very much for your insight into the golf and your research and your thoughts on the tournament, mate. It is much appreciated. I'm sure we'll have you on again for golf tourneys in the future.
Aye, a pleasure.
Aye.
Thanks for having me on again.
Cheers,
Stinky boy.
It's good that the next major's not until April, so I've got a wee bit of a break if my picks are absolute shite again.
A lot of studying over there. Right, lads, I guess we'll just leave it at that. Thank you very much as always, and I will catch you for the final. Cheers, lads.
Bye.
Have a good one.
You are now listening to the Lump Job podcast, where every match has its price.